Hello everyone, welcome to today's episode of Showcase on Dark Souls 3. On to the next staff. Although I don't think anything will personally live up to the easeless staff for me. I think it's already ruined. That's it, show's done. Just kidding. Anyhow, moving on to the next staff, though I'm not sure if this one has any exceptional qualities. It is the Archdeacon Greatstaff. You know, that one gang boss in Dark Souls, you know, the one that was very underwhelming? Yeah, that one. Description reads, large staff bestowed upon archdeacons of the Cathedral of the Deep. The Archdeacon MacDonald trespass the sins of the channeling faith for sorcery. So the more you sin, the more, well, powerful your sorceries got? No, this could explain a couple things. Transport was merely a symbol of what's that word? Estelast? I gotta Google that one. Authority into the catalyst of sorceries, and the skills these dead chance. Boost the strength of sorcery for a short period, works equipped in either hand. For some reason it's all squished on the left side. Weird, but no matter. So yes, very odd. But visually, it's more odd. It looks like one of the holy, what do you call those things in the church? That hold the candles? I don't know. It looks like one of those things. Somebody grabbed one, starts swinging around and casting spells with it. A little silly in my opinion, but oh well. It is what it is. Very fancy looking compared to other staffs, so isn't it? Instead of just wood. Going on to the stats of the Archdeacon's Greatstaff. Well, onto the buff, we got 145, and its original buff is 118. Yeah, it's not a very powerful buff, but however, something weird about this. Because you look at the attribute bonus, you got a D for strength and only an A for faith? Yes. This weapon takes your faith into account to buff up the spell. Though as I've read, and as we can see here, the intelligence is not really powerful with the buff of this weapon. So the achievement requirement, you 8 strength, 12 intelligence, and 12 faith. The steady chant is 7 ball FP, which is a standard, and the weight of the weapon is, or staff, is 2.5. But yes, in order to use the staff digitally, you need faith. So yeah, weird. I'm not sure we can argue this if you really want to use this, or use your proper, you know, talisman, but whatever. Alright, for basic, it is still used to cast sorceries, though, even though you need lots of faith. Well, it doesn't need lots of faith, but you can get it. But the average moves, you know it. Stay chant, basic spell cast, except everything's derived off your faith. So it could be powerful if you have a lot of faith. Could be. As for upgrading this, you'll need Twinkling Titanite since it is derived from a covenant. No, not a boss, it's a covenant item. So it's a very strange thing. Well, luckily you get a bit of damage. Now we won't get a whole lot of buff out of this. And at the final upgrade, you can see the buff for faith goes to an S. So yeah. Is it powerful? Well, we'll find out. Okay, for this review I did put on the Dragon Crest ring to increase damage. Don't worry, at the end of this, I will take it off to show the difference. So let's test something. These guys are resistant against magic, but however, you can see that it's actually pretty decently powerful. Let's take it off with the stay chant. We had, okay, increase of 60 damage. That's to be expected. With that ring on, I have both the ring that increases sorcery damage and reduces FP consumption, so I can actually just use the staff alone. So yeah, I'm using against these guys. It's okay. It's acceptable. Try to bash them over the head. That's equally as acceptable. For killing deacons anyway. But if you don't like me using this ring at all, just leave it in the comments that you don't like me to use it. No, you know I won't use it for future reviews. Against the Gorgal, luckily my soul spear does go through shields, so I can't easily kill him. And this thing's pretty much... Definitely my faith is working for me, because the ring only adds like an extra 100 damage around there. Now let's go on to the Dark Knight. With going to shields, I shouldn't have to worry, I can just spam it right against him. And I should kill him relatively quickly. Let's see, he's going to guard. Yep, pretty good damage. There we go, very good damage. So yes, the Soul Spear and everything else, it goes up to pretty decent. But now, here it is without the ring. No ring this time. Just reduced FP consumption. So you can see 340 now instead of 400. So it added only about a paltry amount of damage. See, even with the stay chant, I don't even break 400. But still, it's still pretty impressive though. Pretty impressive. So after doing a light comparison with the easeless staff, it seems like it kind of turns out to be the same damage overall, if not a little bit more on my faith side. But no matter. Let's go on to the pros and cons of the Archdeacon's great staff. On the pros, it scales very nicely with faith. That could be a con either way in your book. I'll put it in both sides. Anyway, it has good base buff as well. It's not very weak in terms of base buff. You got decent there. So yeah. It's pretty good. Anyhow, going on to the cons, that same pro earlier can be applied here. It takes faith buffing. The intelligence buff is rather poor. I'll change it to that, yeah. Yeah. Not to mention, it is a syndicate item, and you gotta really grind for that stuff, man. Ugh, it's horrible grinding for this weapon. And it's upgraded Twinkling Titanite, which is also a bit of a nuisance. So yeah. Alright. Let's go on to the score for the Archdeacon Great Staff. For the buff, I'll give it 8 out of 10. Because when you do have faith, a good faith build, I have a average faith build, and this thing's powerful. Just as powerful as the easeless staff, and that's saying something. For the bonus, I'll give a 7 out of 10. Again, this is still a sorcery staff, so it kind of defeats the purpose to have so much faith. But it's simply for weird builds like mine, I guess. Or for more faith users. And the miss could also be for a 6 out of 10, because again, if you have so much faith, you'll probably opt to use something like the Sunless Talisman or one of the other talismans instead of actually using sorceries. It's kind of a weird oddball weapon, isn't it? It's like for the person who wants to use sorceries but does not put the points in sorceries. Weird. Anyhow, in total, the Archdeacon's Great Staff gets 21 out of 30, which is exceptional. It certainly is powerful for what it does, which is good. Going into this, I kind of expected a mediocre staff, and it turned out to be a pretty damn good one. For me, anyway. I'm not sure how many people will find this good or not. It certainly is a weird weapon. For weird people. I guess I fit that category, don't I? But oh well. That's been Showcase for today. I'd like to thank you all for watching. I hope to see you guys next time. Take care out there.